We are live on a Tuesday night of all times. Why is that? I've never done a weekday show. Well, guess what? Because this is Thanksgiving week, and not everybody has the time to come see me on my invitation on weekends right now. This young lady I've got tonight, I've known her a very short amount of time, maybe like 6 to 7 weeks, somewhere around there. I bumped into her because I liked the vibe that she gave, and when I was talking, there was a sympathetic side to me that I was looking at because Tony Hinchcliffe had made a very distasteful comment during this time, and if anybody knows me, I'm not perfect, but things like that I just don't tolerate. She's got a great spirit about her. She's probably one of the top 3 most courageous people I've ever talked to on this show, even though she hasn't even been introduced properly yet. And, she's somebody that I talk to on a consistent basis now, and there's just a certain spirit about her and overcoming and still have managed to have a good joy about herself. And you just don't see that too often from people that have to kind of overcome things. So let me quit stalling, and I'm going to bring her in. My guest tonight, she is from the Bronx, New York, she's from the Bronx, New York, and she currently resides in Orlando, Florida. Her name is Nikki Rosario Hernandez. Hello, Nikki.
Hey, how are you?
I am good. See, so
you put in my both last names.
I did. I wanted to be I wanted to do that just because I thought it'd be funny. Or no, it actually sounded cool. It's like, I don't know, it could be like a Madam Vice President type vibe or something.
That's
like
right.
That. That's right.
First Latina.
Man, we're already getting people in the chat here. Let me address these chats real quick. So I don't know who. So is that your boy?
That is my husband. Always showing love.
Hello, Serge.
Hello, Serge. Hey, babe.
And Caracas Birds of Florida. I don't know who that is, but hello.
That's Divine. That's the crew.
Hey, is crew. That Divine? Okay. Hello, that's Divine. How are you, girl?
That's Agree to Disagree crew.
Beautiful. And of course, yeah, he's calling you beautiful. Absolutely. I'm not going to make comments like that, but yes. Anyway, so yeah, I see you out there. What's up? She goes, oh, excuse me, let me get one more comment in here. What's up, love? Okay. Cool. So I've been doing this a while, and one of the things that I was, this new runaround, you're like episode 15 of this, and it's me rebranding, remarketing, all that stuff. And I got way too many women out there saying I don't have enough women guests, even though the majority of my audience is women for some reason. But, and that's okay. That's great. I don't complain about that at all. But let me ask you this. Well, let's just start with the icebreaker question. So you were born in, I know you weren't born in the Bronx, but you're from the Bronx, right?
I was born in the Bronx. I moved down to Florida when I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
Typical Puerto Rican family. Once one travels, they all lead.
Mm-hmm.
So I was raised in South Florida, and I currently reside in Orlando. I've been up here about a year and a half.
I keep forgetting that's north of Fort Lauderdale. I haven't been to Florida in
Correct.
I haven't been to Florida in like 17 years, so I forget about that.
But now you got a reason to come to Orlando. Let's do this.
I know it. I need to come. You know what?
I live right across the street from Universal. So.
Oh, is that like Disney World and all that stuff?
Yeah, Disney's 30 minutes from me. Universal's literally across the street.
Yeah, I'm telling you. The one thing about it is that I like the vibe down there because you're not the only person I know from Orlando. I have a guy I just interviewed about 4 months ago. He does translations, or he does AI translations for I forget where he's from. I think he's from Haiti or something like that, or something like that. And I forget what the language. I think it's Haitian, or there's another language down there, Creole.
Creole. They speak Creole.
Okay. There's no AI translations for Creole, and he's inventing it. So he's probably going to bank out really soon.
Yeah.
And I got to
There's a lot of Haitians in Florida. So
yeah. Well, I've been friends with him for about a year and a half. So we've actually met in person twice, but So it's interesting the things that come out of Orlando. You're like, I never thought I'd have another person from that area be on my show anytime soon because
A lot of
it's,
people are moving up this way. It's cheaper than down south.
oh, of course.
And it's a growing population, especially for families. So
And I mean, you've got enough there. You've got Disney World, Universal Studio. You've got a major basketball
mhm.
team which has been to the NBA Finals twice in the last
The
20.
Magic.
That's right. In the
Hmm.
last 30 years, y'all been to the NBA Finals twice. I mean, there's a lot going on there from what I hear. Even though it doesn't really have any like natural history, so to speak. Like you don't think of like long-term history when you think of Orlando. You think of maybe like the last 50 years when you think of Orlando. So,
Yeah, it's an old city though. It's been here for a long time. It has a lot of history actually. From what I'm seeing as I've been up here, I'm like, oh, okay.
mm-hmm. I mean, it's in, so it's really, I think it's cool. You know what? I know I'm reining in these comments, but he says, "Are you ready for Turkey Day?" Heck yeah, I am. But mine's gonna be honey baked style, bought from the store, so I won't be doing it. And I recognize this guy, hey brother.
Oh, the macho.
I see him. He's this. I don't know
The
if this
crew
picture.
came to show love.
I know it. I don't know if this picture does as much justice on him as it does in the TikTok group. So, uh, what was I going to ask you? I lost my train of thought with the Orlando thing. I'll say that I'll ask you this though. I told you you saw in my intro that I was very sympathetic towards what was going on with the Puerto Rican community when Tony
Hmm.
Hinchcliffe made his comments, which upset me because I don't like the fact that it was such a distasteful joke and it wasn't even funny. Okay,
Mm.
and I mean, am I overreacting? Am I overreacting?
Um, no, you're not because we can't keep allowing someone to tell these jokes and we're supposed to just swallow it up and just be like, oh, it's just a joke. You can't have that because that just opens doors and opportunities for other people to insult
Mm-hmm.
and belittle cultures. As a Puerto Rican, we're very prideful, and some didn't take offense to it. A lot did, especially on the islands. I know personally. You've spoken to people that's been on my panel that's in the island. Um, it was distasteful. Um, it's hurtful. We're not a third world country. We're U.S. citizens, and that's what I have on my TikTok. I try to like bring awareness, show our pride, and that joke was it was disgusting. And everybody should be offended because he didn't only make fun of us; he made fun of a lot of cultures.
I, I chuckled. I chuckled in the middle of you talking because somebody insinuating that Puerto Rico is a third world country is insane anyway. Number one, and even if it was, that would probably make it even worse to make a joke, calling a country trash. And I just thought that was insane. I'm like, I was telling you this the other day or a few
Hmm.
weeks ago. I was like, if you want to make fun of somebody on a joke, it needs to be something where they kind of set themselves up for it. It's like when,
Hmm.
they talk about how, like certain ethnicities have too many kids or they're easily fertile and get pregnant easy. But I mean, I don't believe in making fun of those sort of things, but like Nick Cannon, who's got 12 kids, right?
Hmm.
He has to do his, there was a joke about him having to do like FaceTime with like 12 different cell phones or something like that and it's just, I mean, but it's funny because Nick intentionally did it. It's not like he's just trying to,
Yeah,
so I'm exhausted
he could
thinking
have
about
put the joke somewhere else that would have been funny, but not on different cultures. I mean, like I said, it wasn't just us. It was the Irish. It was the blacks. It
it.
was
Mm-hmm.
the Jews. Like it's just distasteful, especially at a time that you already know everybody's already on like edge of their seat. So.
Yeah. I'm not overly on my show here, all my regular viewers, I I'm not overly political, but
Mhm.
this is something I had to speak up for, and I have spoke up for it, since before the interview, and it's half the reason why I baited you into coming in this interview anyway because I'm talking about it, and yet somebody I was gonna have war. I was gonna have a war come on, but war would probably get me kicked off. But I'm kidding. I'm kidding. War.
you're gonna have me go to the screen. They'd be like, crazy Puerto Rican on live.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, but that's okay. But I'm just playing.
We
I'm
love
just
you,
playing.
Board. We love you.
Yeah, everybody has a different opinion. So, I mean, and the cool, you know what I love about though, when a community gets attacked, that came
Mm-hmm.
off wrong. That came off wrong. But that came off wrong the way I said it. But you know what I love when a community gets attacked is that it truly does show the tightness and the closeness that people can have with each other. Because if things are all, sunshine and rain, then there's not going to be a whole lot of, there's not going to be a whole lot of unity because there's no reason to get yourself in a position because you're not uncomfortable in the first place.
You know what? That's Puerto Ricans for you, though, because we can be mad. The same thing with our family. We're mad at our family, but somebody insults a family member, we're right then and there. Like, no.
I've noticed that about, indigenous, if I'm using the right word, indigenous, from south of the border, that there is a lot of tight, close knitness to it, almost kind of like how the Italians are up north, sort of thing. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I would refer south of the border for us. You mean in the Caribbean?
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I know it's an island, but I'm just referring to like south of the American border is what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Wrong.
I mean it happened. I mean, I think though if you pick out a certain target, I mean, I would hope everybody would unite. Like, you came on my panel. You're adopted Puerto Rican now.
All of you.
And a lot of people felt offended. It was a lot of people that wasn't Puerto Rican that had our backs that I saw on social media. It was the Mexicans, it was the Venezuelans, it was African Americans, it was a lot of, a lot of people. It's just offensive, period.
All right. Well, we're at this point where we're kind of making like a reverse back to the 80s and stuff like that because in my opinion, the reason why the president, was elected, or should I say the president-elect was put in office this time, is because there was a unity behind him that there hasn't been behind a president since the Reagan administration on the Republican side. And the reason like when Reagan was, he had an attempted assassination in the early 80s before you and I were born. And then Trump has the first attempted assassination in over 40 years. And it basically brought people together, and along with the undecided voters kind of put them all in this class of, oh man, we're actually together on something again. And that's why I think that the election was swayed the way it was. So in order for the Latino community to come together by being roasted by a well-known comedian who had just done a roast of Tom Brady a few months earlier. And I think it brought people together a little bit closer on that side. So sometimes pain does turn into triumph.
Listen, let's just say a lot of people are not messing around. I mean, I don't know. It's the time of the moment. I mean, people get mad and we get over it. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he should have apologized, and he's saying that he won't apologize. So
yeah,
to each his own. We'll see if he goes to the island though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If he does. So anyway, yeah, the Latin community. There you go. That's right, Divine. That's right. I see it. No. By the way, Renee Ritchie, if you're watching this has no alcohol in it tonight. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
You're not drinking tonight?
No, well, no, I'm not a big drinker, but Renee Ritchie, he is he's with the, he's one of the moderators for YouTube. Like, you know how they have the people that can kind of decide whether you're canceled or not? I have a mutual friendship with him, and he's kind of like God. He's one of the gods on YouTube. Like, he can decide whether you get canceled or not, and he's probably watching right now. and he's probably watching right now, and I'm just explaining him. He doesn't mind if you drink alcohol on it, but he got mad at me because I said something offensive while I was drinking alcohol one time. So,
yeah, no, not tonight.
No,
doing that tonight.
No, we're not doing. No, it ain't happening. No. So yeah, Renee, if you're watching this, So I just had to do that public service announcement. Edna training. Hello from Vietnam. Thank you, sir. How you doing today? Whoa, wait a second. Yes, indeed. I done X'd myself out. Give me a sec. In the words of Ecam, live happens. Yes, there I am.
There
Cool.
we go.
See, one thing about Ecam Live, we know how to fix our problems very quickly. So
there you go.
Thank you from Vietnam, Ed in training. That's right. For those of you, all right. I hope your husband's laughing at me and not you, because I'm not going to be the one that socks him later. So, how long have you been married to Serge?
We've been married. We made 5 years this year in October. We've been together for 7 years. We've been married for 5. We got married in 2019, right before COVID.
I've never seen what he looks like. I'm assuming he's probably the introvert between the two of you.
I'm sorry?
Is he the introvert between the two of you?
Yeah.
Of course he is.
He is.
Of course he is. So, is he talking in the background now?
Yes.
Yeah, he is the introvert. He is the introvert between the two of you. All right, so let me get serious again. So let me ask you something. You know, do you think that? All right, I see you have your. I see you know. Obviously, I join the panel almost every night. But do you believe? Do you believe that these panels that are coming post-election, you know, a lot of people got a lot of followers during the election, right? You know, I could name a whole bunch of them that got a bunch. Do you think that there's some value to these kind of discussions on these topics and stuff like that post-election time now that things are already decided?
I think they should, because I mean, he's not fully president yet. I mean, God knows what could happen. I think it's just good for now. I think from now we gotta, like, our TikToks, if it's gonna stay within that same direction, it has to be like, okay, what are the next steps? Talk about whatever new bills or what we see in office, how it benefits us. I think we just have to take it a different shift and keep moving forward with it, not just drag on what already happens.
Yeah, I think that the reason why I'm concerned about it is because remember when we were talking 2 nights ago when we was talking to about that topic about fresh and fit, and
oh God,
yeah, when we were talking about that, I feel like that those guys might be more empowered somehow because of this shift change, and there's got to be a way to nullify them. So I think that this is important, in my opinion, to have these discussions post. You know,
yeah, because if not, they're gonna feel entitled.
Exactly.
And then entitlement comes with problems. And
yeah,
listen, that whole podcast is a mess. Okay.
Do what?
That whole podcast is a mess.
Yeah. No, I mean, and Walter, I know you and I have had, and Walter, if you're watching this, I know you and I have kind of a mutual relationship, but I just don't agree with what your boy talks about most of the time. You know, I think Myron's a psycho, and I've been on the same panel as the guy before, and you know, Walter follows me on this page. So if you see this, Walter, man, I'm not really disrespecting you as much as I am Myron, because Myron's a complete asshole. Okay. You know, a whole, like,
well, Walter could put me on his show. I would love to be a guest on their show.
Oh, he's more of the follower than the leader. That's why I don't hold him as accountable. If you watch that, if you ever watch these episodes, and like whenever he does those Frank Castle kickouts, you know, it's mostly, you know, Myron that does it. Walter's only done it twice, and he's had good reason for it. You know, you don't. So, but yeah, that's what I think that you're, you know, you may be like the small part in, you know, in a puzzle. You know, there's a big puzzle out there right now, and you may be a small part, which will eventually grow. But you know, that's the biggest thing that people don't realize about these, you know, these TikTok, because it's the easiest platform to get followers, and it's the easiest platform to, you know, once you are capable of, you know, going live, that it's able to have these discussions and kind of nullify these things. And that's why it was important for me to talk to you, and I'm going to bring several other people on here as well, but I wanted you to be the first person and my second female guest on this series of the
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No problem. uh, what was it gonna, so, what was I going to say? I mean, I mean, you haven't talked about your trauma. You don't talk about your trauma as much. I know you were talking about it a few weeks ago. We were on there, but there's not a. You seem to have this ability to get past it very easy, or not easily, but you seem to not let it, define you as who you are as a person. Because that's not the first thing I see when I speak to you
Hmm.
verbally on the lives.
I try to keep my trauma. Well, you're pretty fresh, but it's been a couple months already. It's been like 3 months I've been knowing you, right? Like 3 months in
Not
and
quite,
out.
maybe.
Yeah, like 2 months.
Yeah, it's been
So
around. Yeah, it was beginning of October. So yeah,
yeah,
we're
time
good.
flies. Yeah.
Anyway.
So I try to keep my trauma off online because, like you said, I'm a little piece of the big puzzle, and there's a lot of people that go in and out of the lives, and they'll take your trauma and reverse it and make it bigger than what it is, and then God forbid, like if your family sees it, or whatever. I mean, I just don't want it spread out like that on, especially on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, my trauma, I could give you a book. Um, I was raised in a household that had both parents. Um, I guess the saying, "Fed with a silver spoon in your mouth." I have two great parents, and as I got older, I was stubborn, and I'm the only girl, and my parents were very strict. Well, my mother, and I rebelled, and I got in trouble for a couple years. But I never let that define me. Like, I never let it define my work ethic. I never let it define me as a person. Hank, where you go?
I'm doing scenery change. It's a scene change. I was
So then, um, as I got in trouble, I grew from it, and then I continued growing. And I was like, no, listen, it's time to grow up because I can't get in trouble and cause my future and hurting my parents. So became that point, time to grow up. And then I met Sergio, and then I got married, and then my dad caught a cardiac arrest. Not this summer that passed, the summer previous. So that's why I moved to Orlando, because my father had a cardiac arrest out of nowhere, and he's in hospice. He's in a vegetative state.
oh my.
So I ran up to Orlando and moved up here because I had to be by my family and help out, and basically it's like a whole mess. That's why I started my panel, because it was like I did a therapist. It's just hard to connect to somebody that's just getting paid just to yes you to death. And with the panel, I was very open to hearing other people's stories, and then I got close, and then I have my own panel, and we like our family, and a lot of people are it's an open space for a lot of people. I hear that a lot. Like, you get to be yourself, you can open up,
Yeah.
and people relate. You can find people who relate to you, or people who can't relate, and actually brightens their mind into, like, oh, if you ever judge anybody in that type of situation, and now that you see it and you hear it and you actually communicate with the person every day, you're like, okay, maybe that was past judgment I should have never done. um so my trauma, I mean, I'm the type of person that I like to just keep it going. That's my thing. Like, I have so much going on, but I can't even think about it, because if I think about it, I'm a fall off. So I just keep it pushing.
Yeah, and it's funny that our friend Divine is joining us. You have such a beautiful soul, my cousin. Absolutely, absolutely. I liked. It was funny when we were having that conversation the other night. She had a very pleasant way of neutralizing it and stuff like that. And I admire that about her. So, and she
That's the
lives.
eldest.
Yeah,
That's the eldest out of my family of the cousins. I'm the baby. She's oldest.
she's older than you are.
Hmm.
I thought she's about your age or younger. She had this like.
Mm,
She's got
no,
this like
she's the oldest, and I'm the youngest out of the girls, and my brother's the youngest out of the boys.
Divine. Later on the chat, you're gonna have to tell me how old you are because I thought you were like maybe like 28 years old.
No, that's a she is 28 and counting, and she's staying right there. So that's a good
Yeah,
compliment.
yeah, exactly. Now she had an excellent way of like neutralizing the situation the other night, and you know I've been doing this, like I said, this is what I've been doing for like 22 years is broadcasting and
Hmm.
interviews and stuff like that. And, you know, like well, that is my gift is to be able to kind of neutralize things and and the biggest thing that I always try to do, even somebody like Tony Hinchcliffe, is I try to put myself in other people's shoes, no matter how dark the socks are. I guess I don't know if that's a good expression, but you know, that's how we going to understand each other. Is that why is this person doing this and why is this person doing that? Well, try putting yourself in their shoes for a sec.
Hmm.
I was I was talking to somebody the other day about like atheism and stuff like that, and I'm not an atheist, and then I put myself in the atheist shoes. It does sound crazy from the outside looking in that a guy who had jugs of wine that all of a sudden filled them up and they turned into or jugs of water and then they turned to wine. He rose people from the dead and he died, was wrapped up, and came back 3 days later. That sounds crazy to somebody who's probably an atheist. So I can definitely. So as far as like whenever we have people out there that are always hurting each other and stuff like that, you know, we need to put ourselves in their shoes. Why would they do something like that? I'm just trying to figure that out.
Listen, from what he's saying that it was a joke because of the environmental issues that we're having in Puerto Rico. If he's not there, and if that's the case, if he really felt strongly about the environmental issue we're having in Puerto Rico, then why have you been there helping? So,
I could have said it way funnier and less offensive. I could have said something like, if they were having trash issues or environmental issues or waste management issues, I could have figured out a more clever way than just saying, you know, there's a big bag of trash. It's a big bag of trash down there or something like whatever he said. I'm just like,
I see more trash in the street in New York or in Miami or in Chicago than I've seen in the street in Puerto Rico.
yeah, I haven't
Now,
been.
if is there land mills that are near? What happens is that when it rains so much in Puerto Rico, the rivers rise after a certain amount of water. So wherever the landfills were, and I heard they closed them because once it rises, the trash will rise. So then trash will go, in the rivers or whatever. But even people there, they're like, it's not. They don't even know. They're like, this is just craziness.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So let's respond to Divine real quick. Yes, we need to understand we are all different souls and come from different walks of life. She's right. Yep, and
Divine's like peace and love, peace and love.
that's right. That's babyface. That's babyface. no,
Mm-mm.
yeah. What's so there's so how come your husband doesn't come on the panels? By the way,
He was doing his own live. He had it. It was called the Locker Room Talk, and him, Lugo Ward, and then the guys. I guess the Locker Room Talk.
right?
But then I guess he saw the drama. Like I said, little pieces of the puzzle. Once they see, one doing better, they get upset, and it's been some occasions. And he's like, what? I don't want to be in the mix of the drama. It's just he's the type that will stress him out too much, and he'll be on it all day. I'm the type that I'm like, once I'm done cursing out, tell you the sunshine don't shine. I keep it
Mm-hmm.
moving. He's like drags it, so he's like, I don't need the extra stress. He's like, I'll just stay. He usually goes in the comments, amps up the comments. He stays within the topic. But my husband goes to sleep early, like 10:30 is his bedtime. He'll be out in an hour.
Oh, really?
He ain't hanging with us. No,
No, no, no.
no.
So, where you were? So, what do you do for a living during the day? By the way.
I am a project coordinator. I work for Sunshine Health for the state of Florida for Medicaid.
Okay.
And I'm getting my bachelor's in healthcare management. So I go to Seminole State College,
Is that online?
online remote.
Okay, good, good.
But the campus is near me. The campus is like in Seminole County, in Sanford area,
And
and
what would that
it's
be?
north.
What would that be driving?
Driving like 30 minutes.
That's not bad.
Not even like 25 minutes. Yeah.
No, not for the state of Florida. That's not bad.
No, I
No.
jump on the highway, get off, but I rather do remote.
Right.
And that's pretty much it. That's what I do. I just work. I've been working with Sunshine for 3 years. Previous to that, I was working with Department of Economics for unemployment.
Yeah.
So throughout the whole COVID situation, I was working. I was the one passing out the checks.
Yeah. Oh, I was. Oh, believe me. Yeah, it was. I mean, and I'm assuming you've been working remote since then, though, since COVID.
Since then. Hmm.
Yeah.
Previous to that, before COVID, me and Sergio, actually, I was his boss. I ran a call room for student loan forgiveness, and I was doing that for a long time, for like 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
then COVID came, and then we shut down, and then I started working remote.
I mean, I know that I wasn't fortunate that I had to. I was an essential worker, so I
Hmm.
had to go to work every day and not work remotely and stuff like that. And it's amazing that I didn't catch COVID until 2 years ago this week. As a matter of fact, it's when I finally caught it. So I'd caught it almost 3 years after the pandemic had started.
You
And
caught the cooties? No,
I
I've yet to
did.
call COVID. Can you believe that?
You have yet to catch it?
Never caught it. Never
And
caught COVID. Thank you, God. Knock on wood. But I
hey,
never caught it.
and who says Puerto Ricans don't have good blood? Nobody
Come on, man.
said nobody. No, I'll
No,
tell you.
I never caught it. I became like a clean freak. So I mean, I'm clean. I am clean, but like with the Clorox wipes and the handles and wiping the walls, I'm like fanatic now. Especially now too. I'm still over here. My husband's like, "What are you?" I'm like, "Listen, you go to work outside of the house. I don't know what you're bringing in. I can't get sick, so I'm like wiping everything down." I think that's what caught me because a lot of people that I know that caught it, I'm just like Clorox wipe everything.
Oh,
You
I
won't
know.
get sick.
I was very arrogant about it. I didn't catch it, like I said, until almost 3 years later after the pandemic had begun. And all of a sudden, like, I slept 16 hours. I woke up, I went to bed at midnight on a Saturday night and woke up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on on the Sunday. And I'm thinking to
Mm-mm.
myself, thought I was late for work, right? Because I thought it was 4 o'clock in the morning, or I thought I was waking up too early for work, or whatever you want to say. And then I woke up and I was like, how the hell did I sleep for 16 hours, bruh?
That's how you knew you were tired. I mean, you were sick.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then, of course, for 3 weeks, I did this like crab walk thing because my legs were gone. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I was walking around at 5'7", between 5'7" and 5'9" for about 3 weeks because I was just crab walking. I mean, I looked
You needed
bowed.
some good Puerto Rican soup to knock it out.
Oh, I'm telling you. You know what? I don't know what Puerto Rican soup is, but if it has onions in it, I can't do it.
No, you don't need to put onions in it.
Cool.
You don't
You
like
want,
onions?
no, you want to get on my bad side? Put an onion in my food
How can you not like onions?
because I don't know. It's just okay. I mean, I don't have too many things that okay. I have a lot of things I don't like, but there's just one thing I won't tolerate, and that's an onion.
Onions good for your immune system, though.
Maybe that's why I caught the COVID.
Onions, peppers. That's all good for your immune system.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what Barbara's saying, but
Some sancocho. It's like the soup that I was saying. It's like potato, yuca, meats, vegetables.
now
If
I
you
love
want
my
it, tell no onion.
well. See, I love my greens. You know, I love cooked asparagus. I love steamed broccoli with just put a little spray butter on it, and we're good. Maybe some dill butter, and we're good. Okay, I like
Mm-mm.
my greens. All right, I mean, even
Maybe
I
you
mean,
haven't had good cooked onions. Do you have a bad experience with onions?
let me tell you something. I don't know who. I don't care if Zendaya walks through the door. I'm not eating an onion.
Okay.
If Zendaya said, "Hey Hank, I'll love you forever if you eat an onion," I'm gonna be like, Zendaya, I don't believe you. I'm not eating that onion.
Is Zendaya from Euphoria or is Zendaya from this new tennis movie that just passed?
The new tennis movie, I saw it because I don't want to be the Zendaya from Zenphoria because she's drug addicts.
It's still Zendaya.
Still Zendaya, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just think she's cute. I don't know. I thought she was Hispanic. That's why I was,
She like her white boys. She's with Spidey with Spider-Man. You never know, hey.
Yeah, I know. You know, we're born on the same day too, September 1st.
You're a Virgo?
I am a Virgo.
Oh.
September 1st. I'm a Virgo. And what's your birthday?
October 15th, I am a Libra. Right after you.
So we've known each other since you've had your birthday. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did not know that. You know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hank, I met you when we were having the hurricane over here.
Okay, so that was early October. No, I know for a fact.
The first one, that was in September.
First one. Okay, so it was September. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so yeah, about 2 months now. Had been 3. It's been 2. But you know, I'll just say it. You know, I'm glad to. Did you get hurt, or did anybody you know get hurt?
In the hurricane?
Yeah.
No, everybody was fine. No, I don't pretty much have a lot of friends or family in the Tampa area.
Okay.
I had my cousin that lived in Cape Coral, but she evacuated because that area is one way in, one way out on a little island outside of Fort Myers. I was like, yeah. She was like, nope, I'm leaving. I'm like, okay, good.
Let me see these comments real quick. Sanchero. Yeah, she said Sanchero. Yep. Greens with butter, salt. Yeah, see that's me, doll. I'm telling you. How can we get him a Puerto Rican that doesn't cook with onions? She's got. I'll pinch my nose and eat it if it gets her in her good graces. But then we got to wean my. You know, I just need a little. I think I just need to learn to like.
But our onions, when we cook it, don't smell. That's what I'm saying. Maybe because you're used to, like how they're cooked. Because you can't smell the onions when we cook. We're not frying them. They go like in the seasoning.
Then why do people cry when they make onions? Is that when they're cutting raw onions? Is that what that is?
Yes, that's raw onion. And you're cutting the onion wrong if you're doing it like that.
Absolutely. Oh, and yeah, no, I just can't imagine.
Maybe it's to smell like fajitas because you dated on that side.
But see, everybody always gets on me about this onion thing. Okay, I love greens. I like turnip juice. I'm not the biggest fan of turnips, so to speak. I'll eat it.
You don't like onions, be like turnip.
I like turnip juice. I don't particularly like turnips. I like turnip juice. And not because it's like
color right now.
Okay, it's not okay, I didn't say it was refreshing, but what it does is it clears out my system and then my bathroom gets painted another color when I go 30 minutes later.
Oh my lord.
Let's
keep away from there.
No, so I'm just saying that there is nothing. Okay, I like
garlic.
That's
like you say like prune juice.
I like garlic.
You better not say you like prune juice. Okay, garlic. I mean, we use garlic and everything.
Yeah. See, now I was about to say that's a Hispanic area. Is it considered Hispanic? Whatever is Puerto Rico considered Hispanic?
We're in the Latin community, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to be politically correct. I'm not a very good honorary.
No, if I introduce myself, I'm like, where are you? I'm not Spanish. I'm not a word, so I'm Hispanic.
Right. Well, I'm
Latina,
not
Hispanic. I know it's a big thing. They're like, oh, we're not. I'm like, I'm a Hispanic.
Right,
I'm Puerto Rican.
Yeah, but that's why you say stuff like that, so you don't just assume that a person's going to be like a Mexican when you first meet them. I mean, it's just that would show your ignorance.
Hey, are you guys Mexican?
Yeah, exactly. No, I know a lot of people like that. Are you Chinese? Or are you Japanese? The ocean. No, I'm just saying. No, honestly, like, I think I just need to learn to like onions. I need to learn to like it. Maybe it's an acquired taste for me. I mean, I like straight bourbon to sip on, and not everybody does that. So
maybe you like red onion because red onion doesn't smell and it does taste better than the white onions.
You know what? I'll back you up on that. And I'll back you up on that. I'm not saying I have tried one because I haven't touched an onion. I'm just like, you want to get on my bad side? Give me an onion. That's worth.
Try some red. If you make a steak, get a small red onion, cut it, and eat it with your steak, like cooked. You're not gonna smell anything, and it's good.
No,
it's more sweeter. It's a little sweet.
No, I'm not jeopardizing my steak by trying an onion.
Well, you could just make it on the side.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I will. Make it on the side. Saute it and the juice of the steak or whatever, and then just try a piece.
Damn straight. Damn straight. She's saying,
You're gonna eat an onion with me. No.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, like
Look,
we're going around here eating onions. Like,
I
no.
like my greens. I like garlic. I like certain things. Why can't I dislike an onion? Okay, I can dislike an onion, bro.
Just leave the onions to the side. Just
Look.
now, look, if you ever come to anything, just be like, Nikki, no onions. Okay, I'll just put your food on the side.
This is the part of my show where I put on my pimp chain, and I'm like, I'm not eating an onion.
You're not eating an onion. No. We're just gonna have to put the food to the side.
Yeah. How can we get him?
Hey, tell me you season your food though. You over here not like onions.
Of course, I season my food.
Okay.
Look, I'll put rib rub on tuna. Okay, so I'll season my food.
That's right. You're from Memphis. You better season your food.
Damn straight. Look, I will say this. Arrogant, modestly speaking, we are probably top 3 best food in the country.
Memphis?
Yes.
Oh, remember, I always tell me my Memphis stories. I love Memphis. I love the food.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't, believe me, I didn't get this way by thinking about what I was going to look like tomorrow. Okay. So, I'm just saying. Let's see. So.
No, I love the food at Memphis. It was good. Especially the Mexican restaurant I was telling you about. I was like,
oh, that's what she was talking about. Yeah, Zendaya. I don't know why I named her. There's probably 10 other actresses that are just as good looking as she is, but I just named her because she's awesome.
She is pretty.
I love me a Libra.
That's right.
Oh,
Really?
she's talking about I wonder what she was talking about. The vomit, talking about the turnip probably. And then what else?
Or onion, carrot juice with lime, turmeric, ginger, and mango.
Oh, that's awesome. No, that sounds fantastic. Real talk. That sounds good. Okay. It does, especially like ginger is not the best food to eat by itself, but you mix it in with certain things. You know, it's like vanilla and cocoa, and then you mix it together and you got chocolate. That's how it works. They're both nasty by themselves, but then you mix it. So, no, I get that.
No, ginger is good, especially when you mix it, like especially on some fried shrimp. Coconut fried shrimp.
Yes. Of course, Divine's responding, yes, you must. We don't eat raw ass onions. We cut it so it's so small you won't even notice. Then why put the onion in there, Barbara? Huh?
That's true for flavor. It's true. We mince it.
I get it. I get it.
You wouldn't even notice. Matter of fact, we're not even gonna talk about that no more. Whenever we meet in this food, just eat it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sofrito. I don't know what a sofrito is, but
sofrito is it's a Puerto Rican seasoning. We use peppers, green peppers, garlic, onion, cilantro, and requeo, which is like a cilantro plant.
I'm serious as a heart attack too. I bet you that if I went to a spiritual supply store, I could find it. You know, a lot of
you probably. I mean, I don't know. It's more Puerto Ricans. I don't know the type of Hispanic Latin supermarkets you have over there.
Well, I know. I said a spiritual.
Goya has it frozen, but it tastes like.
Right. Well, spiritual supply stores are known for their herbs and spices and stuff like that. So they might.
Then you can probably find it in there.
Yeah. No.
And then you just blend it in, and then you put it in the jar, put it in the fridge, and if you make beans, you can season your meat with it. You can put it in your rice. It's just a seasoning.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And it's all natural.
Let me see here. I got you.
I got you, Hank.
Yeah, I know what you meant. I'll make you a chicken, mashed potatoes, greens, and some hush puppies as an appetizer. See, hush puppies have onions in them, though.
They trying, Hank. They trying for you over there.
I'm telling you, fried. You know what? Maybe I'll try blooming onion first and work my way down.
That's the one that's open and fried, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you can't find sofritos in a spiritual supply store. Why is that funny? I just asked. I've been in spiritual supply stores.
One to tell you. She'll be the first one to answer that for you. No, you can probably find it though, like in your fresh market, like in like the areas where they have the basil and all that, cilantro and everything over there. I mean, depending.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a Whole Foods item. That's for sure.
No. I mean, it's all natural ingredients. It's raw cilantro, an onion, garlic, green peppers. You can add a red pepper, Um, you probably can. Just wherever you find cilantro, they should sell. They should have
Yeah.
all that.
No. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you blend it all up, and then you use it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty
Let's
good.
see. Mexicans sell spices in their spiritual stores, but are mostly used for ceremonies. Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. Okay, here I am being quasi racist again on accident because I got the wrong I got the wrong ethnicities. You know, the wrong
It's
ethnicities here.
okay. We love. It's okay. We love the Mexicanos.
No, it's
Yeah,
just
wrong.
okay. No, like I remember watching this movie where they I can't remember what movie it was, but anyway, they were visiting a spiritual supply store and they were in the Hispanic community and they were talking about they needed like, oh gosh, what was the spice called? It's one that we don't use that often. We use enough, and it's just anyway, and it was just unusual. So at the time for me, it was because I didn't understand it. So anyway, let me take my foot out my mouth that one, but no, it's just you got to understand these things. No, let's see. She goes, no, you're not crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about. You know what? I mean, okay, in the movie Bad Boys 3, yeah, the lady who's Hispanic is performing Santeria, but they don't show no spices in there. They just show her worshiping a woman dressed in, rainbow and Will Smith being called crazy. That's all that matters. Keep my wife's name out your anyway.
Yeah, oh, listen, that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother topic.
I don't even want to get into that. I've talked to so many people on this show about P. Diddy and Will Smith. I'm like, I am so sick of hearing about those two clowns.
Well, talk about P. Diddy. They said his Thanksgiving food is gonna be PB&J.
Yes. Absolutely.
A whole sandwich.
Ooh. Let's see, Hank, we got to bring some Saison in your life so we can get you a nice Puerto Rican girl. I know it. I mean, my age range is like 24 to 45. I don't know. I mean, I didn't think about it until just now, but
24. Hey.
See, okay, I said a woman older than me, and I said a woman younger than me. You got mad at me about the younger one.
Because that's okay. 24. What are you gonna do with a 24-year-old? Let's bring it up a notch. So you should say like 28.
Okay, 28. I don't know why I said 24. Yeah. I'm just thinking out loud. I don't
know.
You
sounding over there like fresh to fit over there.
Oh, no. I didn't go. No, I didn't say no. No. Just saying. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying. Outweigh the options. Always high ball and low ball.
But even at 28, at least at 28, she should have her stuff going on, have her, her own place, and
fair enough.
Craziness.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But nowadays, I mean, I don't know.
That's why yeah, because 24 is a little young. I don't know. I mean, I figured people. I'll tell you what it is though. Most people my age, when I was 24, we had to grow up a little bit quicker than they do now.
Absolutely. They're baby. That generation. What is it? Gen Z or Gen? I don't know what it is.
I don't know what that is. I think that's Gen Z now.
I'm a millennial.
And I'm a millennial.
That has to be Gen Z. Yeah, so that's Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm a millennial.
That's my brother's generation. Crazy.
I'm a millennial with back pain, so.
I'm a millennial with knee pain. Don't worry. My neck, my back, my knee.
Look, I just snowballed it off the top of my head, Divine. Give me a break, okay? I just snowballed it off the top of my head.
You already know A to D crew is
she's
in
old.
Here.
Are you older than 45 years old? You can't be. You saw my age range. I said 24 to 45. You can't be, or you got the best moisturizer on the planet.
You never asked a woman her age.
No, we'll talk about it in private later. When I was 24, I was financially stable, but I was wild around. I calmed down around. See, that's what I'm saying, though. I mean, like, okay, I get it. I mean, I don't know how old you are, Barbara, but, and it's not my business on here. You can talk about it later when it's not being recorded somewhere. This is being recorded, and it will, but, I'm just saying, like, Divine can tell me later, because what we do is not, in there is not recorded. This is, this is going out to potentially, 3,000
The
people.
world.
So
Oh.
3,000 people. So, by the way, what was I going to say? I know we need to wrap. I'm going to wrap this up because I know you want to get to, I'm going to join you in your thing. I'm sure you're doing it a little bit here in a few minutes.
You can take your time. They're on here.
No,
They're showing you love.
No, I know they are. No, I know they are. But I'm saying like, I don't want to drag it out too long. I don't want to drag it out too long because I'm sure we might do this again. Number one and number two, I just don't want to drag it out too long right now because, well, number one, I need to go pee.
Oh, okay.
Number one, I need to go pee, and number two, always leave them hanging. I always say, if I was talking to I had an interview. I'll just tell you this. I had an interview probably about a year ago with this guy who was a mental health therapist, and we went on for like an hour and a half. And I had this guy that lost like 200 pounds about, what was that, 3 weeks ago or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember when I was doing that interview?
Mm-hmm.
He bored me out of my skull, Nikki. He really did. And if you're watching this, Gormy, Gormy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, man. But you bored me out of my skull, man.
Oh my goodness.
We went on for an hour and a half, and it was basically him talking the whole time and didn't say anything entertaining or remotely witty. I said,
I hope it wasn't boring for you. I better not hear of another one. Oh my God, I will come for you, Hank.
No, I didn't have to do this. I don't have to do nothing but stay Puerto Rican and die. Okay.
You go.
But no, it's just, one of the things. So those are the only two interviews I've ever had a complaint about ever on all my interviews. And it was unfortunate that the last one was like 3 weeks ago. I hate that because good dude. And I got to know him real well, but it's just, you gotta lighten. I wanted to throw a lamp at him and get him to lighten the fuck up.
I can't with you. No, I know how you feel though, but you'll get your flow. You have a whole new family now that we all have something special, each and every one of us. And I thank you for this opportunity, and I love having you always on my panel. You're our new white pecan Puerto Rican. Okay.
I'm with you. Check this out. How the heck are you gonna handle such a young ass girl if your back hurts, especially Puerto Rican? Look, okay.
And don't like onions.
Oh no, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let's see. She says, what did she just say? Let's see. Not telling people you got 3,000 people. You got to go pee. Yeah. Well, okay. I'm just saying. All right. It's been a long.
We have to go to the restroom, guys.
I will say this. This has been quite a change in pace because my show is usually on Friday, Saturday, or Sundays, and I want to do more weekday shows. And this has been very pleasant, Nikki. I promise you, this has been a great change in pace. And
oh, thanks. Well, it's Thanksgiving, so it's the Thanksgiving special. Hey!
Absolutely. I don't know who's still watching, but thank y'all for tuning in, guys. Yeah, Nikki, I'm gonna close this out and hang around for.
And everybody who's watching, follow me on TikTok, NikkiBaby89. Agree to disagree panel is live every night at 9:30.
Yeah, and I've got it in the I've got it in the comments or the section where her TikTok is and stuff like this. So y'all go see her. You could see me. You could see me in there every once in a while. I'll get in there for a few minutes before I fall asleep tonight because I've got to break down all this equipment. But but guys, it was good to see y'all. Thank y'all for watching.
It was a pleasure.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Bye.
Thank y'all for watching the Hank Russell Invitation. Good evening and happy Thanksgiving. Let's see.